Good morning, and welcome to the Clemson Players Show by Fan Media Network. I'm your humble host, Levon Kirkland, and I want to thank all of you for coming on this show. It has been a pleasure this year. What a wonderful season. Last night was disappointing, but other than that, it was a wonderful season. Let me introduce you to the players. First, we got my best man from Chapin, South Carolina. I also am the godfather to his son, Sylvester Mayers. What's up, Sylvester?
Hey, what's up, Kirk? How you doing, man?
I'm doing wonderful. I see you got some new gear there. I like that.
Just something different, old gear.
Old gear, just something you just pulled it out the closet. I like it. I like it.
Man.
All right. From Lamar, South Carolina, the pride and joy of the Kirkland family, Dwight Kirkland. Dwight, what's happening?
What's going on, big man?
Not much, man. What's going on? Oh, you got your lovely wife in the background. How nice. I tell you, dude, you are a sentimental.
It's her birthday today.
It's her birthday today.
Hey.
Well, tell her we said happy birthday. Yeah. Make sure you tell her we all say happy birthday.
But she went downstairs.
What's that?
I most certainly will.
All right, man. Also, my roommate.
I most certainly will.
Okay, my roommate from New Jersey, Elizabeth City, Tony Kennedy. What's up, Tony?
What's happening, Captain Kirk? What's up, man?
Man, not much. And also introducing the best linebacker coach in South Carolina, my guy, Derek Sullivan. Derek, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, man? Good to see everybody, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I like the background.
Appreciate it.
And last but not least, 1988, Miss Homecoming at Clemson University, engineer and lawyer extraordinaire, Janine Bowen. Janine, what's happening?
How you guys doing? Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year to you, my friend. Well, last night was a big bowl of disappointment soup. They gave us an L that we have never seen before. Man, I tell you, this is a question that I want to ask everybody. What was the most disappointing thing about last night? And Dwight Kirkland, we're going to start with you.
Besides the loss, I would say just not being able to match their energy. I mean, they came out guns blazing. I mean, because it was a true revenge game. They came out all cylinders, ready to roll. That first series that we did, they kind of got themselves composed after that, and then it just like lights out now. So that they pretty much had revenge on their mind. That fueled them for the whole game, and that to me just hurt that we couldn't come back and match that energy that they were giving out. It was like body blows, and they just kept hitting with haymakers every time, and there's nothing we can do about it.
All right. Tony Kennedy, what was the most disappointing thing about last night?
I didn't think we competed well with them from the defensive side of it. I was disappointed in our lack of adjustment on defense. To be honest, it reminded me of LSU last year. We can't put our corners on the island when we play top-notch teams. Even if you think you can compete with them, once they show you that you can't, adjust. And I just think our safeties, whether it was the calls we were making or the way they were playing, didn't play a really good game for us. And that was kind of disappointing. And of course, the second quarter overall, we never adjusted offensively or defensively, and we just let it steamroll, downhill in the second quarter.
All right, my best man, Sylvester Mayers, what was the most disappointing thing last night?
Yeah, Kirk, for me, it was the defense, man. We know Nolan Turner was out the first half. I felt like Ohio State went out for that. They did a lot of vertical throws. The DBs just was getting toasted, man. Seriously. They was getting beat downfield. And I was hoping that we can keep the gap without getting too far apart before halftime, thinking that Nolan would come back. But it was definitely our defense, man. We just couldn't seem to stop them and keep them out the end zone. And that continued in the second half. You know, I felt that Kendrick, that corner number one, he really had 2 to 3 touchdown passes on him that were just gutting us. So, you know, not to single out any one player, but our defense overall they let us down.
All right. Derek, you're a high school coach. You know about the game. What was the most disappointing thing to you?
It didn't seem like we wanted to be there. It seemed like our whole body language was just nonchalant. It looked like we walked into that game with it already being over and we had already won it. Like we was looking ahead to January the 11th and like Ohio State didn't matter. It looked like we believed a little bit of the hype that was given on us and feeding into Coach Sweeney's comments that Ohio State shouldn't be there and all of that. And we just was like, hey, we're going to show up and we're going to win. When we got down, our body language didn't change. I didn't see any fight, anything. And it's like, well, this is what happened. So I was just disappointed. And again, the loss, you're always disappointed in the loss, but at least you want to see some fight. And I didn't see any fight.
Miss Homecoming, give us your assessment.
Yeah, I think all those points are good. We were watching and asking, what team is this that just showed up? This is not the team that we're accustomed to seeing. We didn't see any adjustments. We're not accustomed to seeing that. We didn't see any offensive rhythm. We didn't see any ability to stop the run. We didn't see anything that we had become accustomed to seeing. And though the defense had been the weaker part of our overall game all year, what we saw last night, I was at the point I was like, can I send my son, my 11th grader in? Like, Levon, you want to go in? Like, somebody needs to go in, right? Because what are we watching here? So it just looked like a completely different team than the team we saw all season. And so from that perspective, it was particularly difficult to watch.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you my assessment of why I was a little disappointed last night. And my thing is the defensive side of the ball just didn't show up. And one of the things that I'm a stickler on is effort and the right fundamentals. And I've been talking to some of you guys about I never thought our defense was really a disciplined defense. From reading their keys to really understanding what their position and what their job is. And last night was just a combination of it showing up. You can get away with that with some of the opponents that you play in the ACC. You can get away with that from a lesser talented team like a Notre Dame. But when you play against Ohio State, they had a lot of factors as far as the disappointment of them losing last year. And this was the game they thought about. And also, we added fuel to their fire. And I really never believed in the whole revenge thing. But I think there may be a little something to it. When you give a team bulletin board material, sometimes they can take that, especially a good team, and they can use it to their advantage. I don't really believe when you're talking about a team like South Carolina, never again, it really doesn't matter because they're not as good. But when you're talking about Ohio State, a team that's pretty good and got some wide receivers and a quarterback who can actually deliver, now you're really creating a recipe for what happened last night. And yes, as a fan, I was very disappointed in our defense. I'm a defensive guy, so I definitely don't like to see 40-something points put on the board, and then you seem a little helpless to do anything for that.
To host a player show or appear as a player on a player show, simply create a profile on Fan Media's iOS app or website. Select your teams and make a short intro video on your phone. Show hosts, reporters, former players, and superfans can use our Get Verified feature and make an intro video as well, and our mobile newsroom staff will reach out.